FM, KAZI 743. Your boy Jabari Warfield in the building, as well as Dab Dub and Simply Courtney. Fellas,
yo,
good morning.
Yo.
I'm gonna check y'all mics is working.
Yeah, man. I think we good.
All right,
cool.
I think my mic is working.
My mic sounds nice. Check one.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Y'all didn't say nothing in the beginning, so had to let the people know
Yeah.
that my boys is in the building.
They didn't believe it though.
No.
Nah, they didn't believe it.
We had already got a phone call. I think somebody called up and was like, "It's only you." Thank God. I think they was happy, right?
Well, you know what, man? Here's the thing. I don't like driving this by myself. When I do my own show,
Yeah.
At night, then okay, cool. But nah, man, I'd rather be in the morning, giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the key. We are trying our best to help y'all start y'all's day.
Pretty much.
And if your day isn't starting right, it's simply Courtney's fault.
It is, man. I'll take full responsibility. I will take the responsibility.
When's the last time you guys got blamed for something?
Man, I get blamed for stuff
Think
all the
about
time.
that.
What you talking about?
Whoa, really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I'm joking.
I'm trying to think of the last time that it doesn't happen that often, right?
How hardcore
Absolutely.
you talking about?
I mean, like blow up your spot.
Oh, no.
Like, we go over to the Warfield Mansion. Sorry, Simply Courtney, I ain't never get the invite. But if we go over to the Warfield Mansion
This brother
and
here.
there's a little crystal vase,
Okay.
and I pick it up, I'm like, yo, this thing is fire. Bam! It drops and hits the ground. Now, yeah, I would feel bad about that, right? That's my fault.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have those moments. Like, I'm trying to think of, I can't
Oh,
think of the
man.
last time I got blamed for something. And I think that's pretty significant, though, right?
Yeah,
That's
it is.
what you're referring to?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, if you do something, it's like sometimes, I guess as people, and I've done this before, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
Certain stuff that we've done that we don't necessarily want to say, okay, yeah, I did it, or don't want to absorb because it's some heat's gonna come down on you.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you got to be a man, you got to be a woman, you got to be mature enough to say, yeah, I did it. It was a bad call. Sue me. Move me out, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it is really hard for us as human beings to say, yeah, I messed up.
I know.
It's really hard to do that.
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
What do you think?
The last few times that has happened, what I normally say is, wait, hold on. Don't get mad right now, Jabbar. Did you think I intentionally dropped it? Because at the end of the day, I didn't intentionally. Now I know what you're gonna say. He about to say, well, you didn't have to pick it up. Dapper D, you did not have to pick it up. It was still crystal when you didn't touch it.
Yeah,
it was
true.
crystal when you picked it up.
Fair.
Why you have to pick it up? But that's the only reason I'd say. I think that you should blow up somebody's spot if within your heart's heart you think they intentionally, because we all make mistakes, man.
This
We
is
ain't
true.
perfect, and those are the differences. I think that's where I want to help people at is you should find out if they were intentionally trying to make that mistake, because it's a mistake. At the end of the day, it's a mistake. Can we get over? Do we have to blow up spots
I don't think so.
in friendships?
I don't think so. I think people make mistakes all the time. And so many people try to hold people accountable to standards they can't even hold themselves
Yeah,
to.
but you
feel me?
did notice though that when I asked that question, you answered. Jabari did not say anything. Jabari, I didn't actually break your crystal vase.
I was letting y'all do your thing. I was letting you talk. I
man,
can't
he
interrupt
came
you.
in real slow.
I can't interrupt you.
He came in real slow. I think he in his feelings already. Now I'm
Nah.
never gonna get the invite.
No, man, you can't be breaking crystal vases.
He said,
man.
Dapper D, you look like you touched up.
Breaking crystal vases. That's what it is, a vase, right?
You look like you just come in there putting your fingers on everybody's
Don't
stuff.
He's like, yo,
touch
this
his
nice,
vases.
brother. This nice right here. I like this.
Put my fingers on that phone is what I'm gonna do. I like that phone. I'm not gonna front.
That's
I'm not
true.
gonna
Hey,
front. Yeah,
that's
watch your
true.
back.
Yo, check
Watch
this
your
out.
back.
Check this out. We talking about phones, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that Dion has his own phone?
No, I did
No,
not.
you
Wait,
I'm not even
what?
playing.
No.
What?
He is on his way to Master P level, if you ask me, Infamy.
You talking about Prime?
Yes, he
Really?
has his own. I think it's with Boost Mobile or something.
Right.
Daps, check me out. Let me know.
Man.
Because he got a flip phone, homie.
He got a Motorola Razor.
That's what I'm
Come on,
saying.
son, are you
I'm not
serious?
Playing, dude.
Oh
It's
my God.
gold
Must be
and black
money.
because that's the colors over for the Buffaloes.
Right.
Featuring Coach Prime's inspiring mantra, "You gotta believe."
Must be the money.
Yo,
Happy
long-
long
Long as it ain't got a Jerry curl top on it, then
and
it
it's
should be
foldable.
good.
Yo,
So,
I'm not even playing. This
Go,
dude got
go
his
back
own
to the
phone.
days. I like it.
I
like it.
Is everything for sale?
It is.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yes.
Headphones.
Yes.
Clothes.
Clothes,
Yes.
yeah, big apparel.
Shoes.
Yes.
The trucks.
Yes.
I'm missing something else.
Well,
dogs
I'm
and-
surprised he.
They done
I
got
want
all
to
this
say
stuff
he
in
should
there.
have a cowboy hat because he been pushing that
Ooh.
hard.
That's true, yeah, he
he
really
should
should.
have his own. I don't know for a fact that he does, but he should.
He should if
because
he
that's
don't.
that's starting to. A lot of brothers is feeling real comfortable.
Hobie, we all feeling comfortable in the country space. I love it.
I've been
Yeah.
doing it since for the last 3 years. So before he got there, I did it. As soon as I came to Texas,
Yeah.
I've been rocking it. Now, when I lived in Houston, I would do it sporadically, and it was just a black one. But man, I call myself the bow tie cowboy now.
tell
Like
me-
I done embraced it now.
Now, would you do cowboy things too, like go like the trail rides
Nope.
and stuff?
Or the Houston Rodeo.
Yeah, I'm saying Houston rodeo. Would you
I
go
do
to
want to
rodeo?
go. I do want to go to that. No, I actually like riding horses.
Okay,
I do,
okay.
but I don't want to be like in the mountains doing it.
Nah.
Like, I go to ranches,
Yeah.
and then I ride, and then I go home.
From what I see with the trail ride people, they ain't doing all of that.
Nah, you
They-
ain't bucking me.
They just chilling, man. And listen, this whole wave, I've felt myself going, yo, I think that wouldn't be bad to do. Now I'm still not let's stay out there type. I'm on some let's visit, and then when we're done, go back to our hotels afterwards, or maybe glamping. I don't know if you guys know about glamping.
Yeah.
that's kind of fly. I think it's like you outside,
glamping,
but
yeah.
you ain't.
Yeah.
And my whole military career, I was glamping.
There you go.
When we rolled into Iraq,
Yeah.
my soldiers was making fun of me because I took everything because we were stationed in Germany. Man, I took it all to the desert. I took a weight set.
Wow.
To the desert?
Dude, we had a Connex container,
Right.
And you could put whatever you want in it. So I went to the local gym, the Army gym, and I was like, "Hey, can I check out some equipment? I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'll sign for it," which is how we do it. I signed for it. Name on the dotted line. They gave it to us. I put it inside the 40-foot Connex. We had that in the middle of the night. I still got pictures of us because we was working out. Shirts off, of course. Yeah, it ain't a real outdoor
flex.
workout when you got the shirt off.
Trying to flex.
Still got those pictures to this day of us getting to it, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because we actually, this the bad part, man. I got left in Iraq for 15 months.
Man.
You got left. What do you mean you got left?
Like some people went there for 4 months.
Right.
Some people went there for 5, for 6. Your boy was there for 15 months straight.
That's a long shot.
They
son.
literally forgot us. Y'all can look it up.
Really?
No cap. They literally forgot us. And so, yeah.
You didn't text
I
nobody.
was stuck.
Hey, yo,
What they
come
gonna
pick
do?
me up,
Ain't
player.
nobody coming. Jabari,
Wow.
bro, man,
Hey,
would
man.
you have come to Iraq to get me?
Of course.
Okay,
I would
let-
not. Now
well-
that I would not do. I would not leave. If I knew you were there,
Yeah.
and not supposed to be there,
Yeah.
no, I'm coming to get you.
Okay, well, let me help you out with it a little bit more then. What if I told you that at some point during the day, 26 mortars
Man.
would be falling from the sky? Would you still come?
Yeah,
That
I'll
don't
just
even
get
sound good. I don't even know what a mortar
It's
is.
a bomb. Bomb.
I know. I feel
You
it.
know, like
I feel it.
you guys see, maybe you said in like World War II movies, like someone's got a tube and they throw something in the
Oh, I
in
got
it,
something.
and then
Yeah.
it shoots off.
Yeah.
yeah. We were getting shelled, if that helps. We were
Yeah.
getting shelled, and I remember one day the most I counted was like 26 in one day. That's a lot.
That seems like
That's
an
a lot.
excessive amount of
Go
more.
look at an episode of MASH.
Okay.
And Young Buck, I know you don't know nothing about what we talking about.
I
but-
was
but
gonna say
just-
Hogan's Hero. I don't know.
but this grown up television.
grown up, yeah,
stuff
exactly.
out.
Yeah, this is
But
that. This is that old school.
But that's if y'all look at MASH, you kind of see that they had some incoming and stuff like
That's
that.
what they talking
When you
about.
hear people yelling incoming,
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
it sound cool.
But
It
it
don't
ain't-
feel
it ain't
cool,
cool, no.
Right.
Because you don't know where. Because you looking up, but you're supposed to be running and
It's
ducking.
like
and,
trying to field a kickoff in a
Yes.
stadium like the zone.
Yes.
And you looking at it for a second. You like, I gotta look up there, but you have to realize that's doomed. The longer I stare up and
on.
don't get to moving around,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now you done distracted me. Please tell me that your 6-foot WWE self was not on a kickoff team while
Heck
you was
no.
in college.
Heavens no.
Thank God. That's
No.
unfair. You a little too much
I
man to
had
be
people that
running
had-
down full
I had-
speed.
I had some people around me that had some common sense. They'd have known that was a horrible decision
Somebody
to make.
gonna
Yeah,
die.
Put me back there, and it wasn't gonna be me. I'm playing
Because
nah, I
of
would've-
what? No, so what wouldn't have? You think because you would have tried to kill somebody, or that's too
No.
much running at
No.
full speed?
all the above. What you're saying.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying.
D, all the above.
But I promise you too, at some point, I would just be out there and I wouldn't even be looking to catch catch the ball.
Yeah.
I would just pick a person and just like 360 no scope. My son got mad when I said that, but it was funny.
Nice.
360 no scope some dude. Think I'm like, hey, how you get a personal foul on kickoff? No. How you get a personal foul on kickoff return? I was just bored. You just went and hit a dude. Yeah.
Wow.
He hit me 2 plays earlier.
I would tell you though, that was I'm gonna say if there's any, I love playing the game, but I would say that is the one time where I have thought about, man, am I still running? When you going down to cover, especially when like if you the gunner and you got a couple dudes on you, you're like, dang man, we ain't done yet. Nobody else get the tackle yet.
Right.
This boy's still on me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is crazy. All right, we're coming up on 8 o'clock here on 88.7 FM KAZI. Going to take a little break and come back. Good morning to y'all. How y'all doing, man? Y'all good?
Yeah.
You good? Dap, you good?
Boy, here's what I can tell you.
Talk
There's
to me,
something
son.
I tell my kids all the time.
Talk to me, son.
You don't get to pick your parents.
Okay.
I remind my oldest all the time, their father is not your father. I'm your father.
You sound like Vader. Darkness Vader over there.
Actually, her nickname is, I can do that. Lou, I am your father.
No!
But so when it comes down to that, y'all are parents, and I'm just kind of, y'all are dads, and I'm just kind of curious, do y'all have those moments? Because I feel like I had that moment a lot. And you know, clearly it's my method, but I'm just reminding her that you gotta act right. You don't get to do that. I'm your dad,
Right.
and you will act right. And I'm just kind of curious if y'all are at that point. I don't think anybody's parenting style is better than the other.
Right.
But I do know I'm trying my best to make the very best individual that I could make. And man, I just Simply Courtney, I like what you got going on with your son, and very envious of the back and forth, the camaraderie, and the way you guys get to play basketball against each other. It sounds like it's a knife fight every time y'all play basketball.
Pretty much.
And I like that.
He don't care either, man. It's wild because I got to the point where I was talking trash, and for a second I really got like you know, I was really going to battle, and it was funny because he could take everything that I could send out, like anything I could dish out. He was good, and I was like, yo, I honestly, you just want him to be good when he plays against other people. So I feel like, I think he's all right, man. I think that he goes in that court and he can handle himself, because he has his moments where he's my little frail little dude, you know, and he has his moments where it's like, dang, man, that's. I think I'm all right, you know. Like I get to sit back and be like, you know, go to work, man. Like it's one thing when you can throw the ball. There's that clip of LeBron throwing the ball to D'Lo. Yeah. Like D'Lo gave it back to LeBron. LeBron threw it back and said, that. Man, you get that new. Yeah. And it's cool to be able to do that with your own. So like, that was a really neat moment. I don't know. I'm still gonna jam him up though. Don't get twisted. Like my inside game is still there, which is dope. I had to pull back though. I was like, you know what? I know what I can do now. I got one move. That's it. We got a final move.
You know what I'm sensing? Okay. I'm sensing that
it's a comeback.
Young blood over here is watching LeBron, seeing that LeBron is still getting it.
You ain't lying.
I don't know if you've seen the stats, but he is shooting the three better he has ever. He is very efficient and playing some top-notch ball in comparison to his career right now at this age. Yeah. And Simply Courtney, something tells me you think you LeBron. I am. That you don't figured out father time. Man, don't yet this young buck, man, he gonna run right over you. I hate to be negative.
I'm sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber right now.
Kind of like Michael used to do.
Straight up, man. I'm doing that. What are you running? When you run in the pool and stuff like that, and you fight underwater like
it's
Muhammad
funny you
Ali.
say that. So, okay, so then, gentlemen, I got this question for you then.
Okay.
If you have to lose the mantle of the best athlete in your family to the young buck, can you take it back? Like, can we insert? Let's say right now, today, the mantle gets taken, but tomorrow you start your 1980s montage with "I Am the Tiger," and then you're training, you're losing weight, you're getting yourself ready, so you can go take it back. Sure. Can that happen?
Oh yeah.
Jabari said he don't sound like
the thing. No, here's the thing. I'm not sure I'd want it back.
No,
I'm not sure I'd want it back. I would want to be I mean, you're talking about, still working out and
Yes,
all
sir.
that, because I think the older you get, the more you have to stay more active. The more you sit on the couch and the more you sit in the chair as you get older, that's where we start having knee issues
Yeah.
and leg issues and,
Yeah.
all of that. So I'm not sure I want it back. What I would want is I would want my child to be better than me.
Yes.
Better than me, in whatever they were doing physically, not just, I'm better than dad. No, you got to go out there and hustle.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to be, they're always going to have, like with LeBron, for example, we were talking about LeBron. LeBron is an enigma. Okay.
Yeah.
He went straight to the NBA. He came from a single parent home. Knock on wood, I don't think he's ever had any legal issues or any of that.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of.
No.
Okay. And so that's very enigmatic for life, period, much less the NBA. So for me, to see somebody like him doing his thing, I think makes me very proud. So, but at some point, you have to carry on. Your kids have to carry on, and they have to be better than you in terms of the hustle game, in terms of what they do, not just in their mind, but in their performance. So, nah, man, I'm gonna give, if I could just give it to I thought my son was gonna go into basketball and he didn't, because he's like your height, right? But he didn't, and it was like, okay, cool, you don't want to do it, that's fine. Right. But whatever you do, just go and do it and just kill it, right?
That's
just
it.
kill it.
And most importantly, for LeBron, off the court, one of his biggest successes is he's still with Savannah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember?
that's true.
They met in high school and had their first date at Outback Steakhouse.
Yep.
Remember we were going through, I think that was more towards the summer. Remember we was going through that you can't take someone on a date, the places you can't take them, like Cheesecake Factory. I'm sure Outback was on the list.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hey, they still together though.
They're still together,
Happily
dude.
married.
Yep.
Do
His son's
whatever
doing his
happily
thing.
could be.
Right, Bronny's doing his thing, I guess. didn't he?
Hopefully coming out.
Yeah.
I want him to come to the NBA.
I think personally he's in a spot where you just draft him because
Yes.
I don't see, I know somebody gonna be mad, and guess what? I don't care. Draft him, San Antonio Spurs. Draft him.
Hey.
San Antonio Spurs. Anyways,
Oh my God.
I just think it would be dope.
LeBron,
Yeah. And
Bronny.
Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Hey,
dangerous.
well, hold on. Did you just, bro? We got a lot of people that moved here from California, especially NorCal. You can't be dropping Steph
All
Curry,
of
leaving Golden
All
State.
of them.
You just a rebel rouser
All
first
of
thing in the
them.
morning.
Listen, all of them. Who do you want? All of them.
All of 'em.
Super team me now.
Okay.
I'm tired of the Spurs not having something. I remember the Spurs. Listen, y'all gotta remember I was a kid in the '90s and the early 2000s, so I got to see that Spurs stuff.
Privileged.
Going. Do you understand? I don't understand us losing all these games, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're tanking for Wemby. We got him now. We still losing." It's frustrating.
No,
It's
I don't want to hear it.
frustrating.
I don't want to hear it. I'm looking you in the face right
I
now
wanna
saying,
win now.
I don't want to hear it, you little privileged Central Texas living. Some of us grew up, I grew up on the East Coast. Some of us grew up and our heads got bashed in and we don't know nothing about even one championship. And how many you and your little Tim Duncan buddy
Wow,
and Manu and your little French boy, the wee do? What y'all
man,
got?
I miss
Y'all got
all
like
of
4 or
them.
5?
Yeah, man.
That ain't, I
You
don't want to
smell that?
hear it.
Do you smell that? I smell hate. I smell hate. Somebody's cooking some hate up over
Man.
there.
Hey, it's
Come on.
hate and it smells like menudo.
Okay,
Like, it's all
so
that
Jabari,
same time.
you, I know you're from here,
Uh-huh.
but you were a couple places in your lifestyle, in your lifetime. Technically, I'm not trying. Who am I to say that you're not Austin?
Right.
But Jabari, come on, man. You gonna sign off on this?
Yeah. I
No,
mean, for
Jabbar,
Texas,
come on.
for Texas, yeah. I mean, I could sign up. Here's the thing: I could sign off on Minnesota, but I wasn't there very long.
Yeah.
I could sign off for Michigan because that's home state too.
Uh-huh.
Right. I could claim the Fab Five back
Yeah,
in
you
the
could.
day.
Yeah, you
I
could.
could claim them.
Yeah.
And because one of them is actually from Texas.
Yes,
Shout out
he
to
is.
Ray Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray Jackson's actually from here.
Ray Jackson.
So I could claim that. Okay, I could do that. But how much of a claim can I make? Because most of my life has been here. I've been
know.
invested here. I was 17 years old when I first came up to KZI. So, yeah, I could claim that.
Yeah.
I could. But I'm gonna let you hate though.
Yeah,
'Cause it was really good to watch you.
I'm
hate.
staring at him right
Can you
now.
imagine?
Watch you, it was good. good. It was a good one.
LeBron James passes to LeBron James. That's just the coolest thing you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like for that season, if they get one season together, he has to not go by Bronny for the season.
I like that.
I just think could you imagine LeBron James Sr. passes to LeBron James Jr. You can't tell me that ain't
Yeah.
the coolest thing
No,
ever, man.
I have said it on the sports
That'd
show.
be so dope.
I do remember when Ken Griffey played with his father.
Right.
And it was glorious. The television networks couldn't stop doing they covered the practices, saw them interacting. When they were in the dugout during the game and making jokes or having conversations. You know what? It was so much fun to watch. And you don't get that often
No,
if you
you
think
don't.
about it. Where else can you maybe in golf you could see it.
Okay.
That a dad is on the senior circuit,
Right.
and then he comes back and plays the Masters, and his college age son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Dale Earnhardt was
Yeah.
still racing when his son was on his way up.
was up.
His son got rushed because he was the son of Dale Earnhardt. I'll go to my grave fighting that one, and I can say that I used to live in Daytona.
So you
you know,
know.
I'd have been to Daytona 500s, Pepsi 400s. Like I'm a Talladega.
You know what though?
I'm a
But with that
NASCAR
said,
dude.
when you got a chance to have that happen because it's so rare.
Yeah.
I'm okay with those little circumstances
Yep.
of us choosing to Russ Jr. in the action.
Me too.
Because I love that concept, man. Just think, this is one of those sports. Like, no disrespect to driving or even baseball, but this is one of the most physically taxing, strenuous sports.
Yes, sir.
There is out there. And so I look at both sides of it. So think one, somebody who's done this thing virtually almost their whole life.
Yes.
To still be doing it at that high of a level, that's amazing. For them to still take time and have a family life and raise progeny that's good enough to do this,
Yes.
that's an accomplishment.
Yes.
And then for progeny to be at least somewhat good enough,
Yeah.
given that they didn't come up with the same edge and drive and determination that
Yes.
their parent had, but they are still, you get them out there like, we're not totally scared when you get the ball. You
Yeah.
know? That's an accomplishment. All the way around.
I want to see it. I think it's going to have to be a franchise that's secure, that has the fan base. And you Spurs family, I didn't even live here yet, and I already knew y'all's chant "Go Spurs, go!"
Yep.
Like that's how intense and beautiful y'all are. Oh, by the way, I absolutely love an Austin Spurs game. I
still
I
haven't
go
seen one yet.
way too often,
Yeah.
and I get way too into it.
Oh,
so
wait.
I
You're
am.
talking about, I'm tripping. You're talking
No,
about the
the
G League
Austin-
team.
yes, sir,
Oh,
the
okay.
G League.
I thought you were talking about when the Spurs actually come here and they play too, because they have like two.
That I haven't
games a
seen
season.
yet since
I'm gonna
I've
check that
lived
out.
here.
That's great. I want to see that.
But I have
Same.
enjoyed it though. But I think it's going to be a good franchise. See, San Antonio, here, gentlemen, you know it's a crapshoot anyway.
Yep.
When you go into the lottery and you go find a college dude, how many have not turned out? We could name probably 1,000 dudes who haven't turned out. So if you're gonna, at least from this guy, you know you're gonna get all the television audience.
Yep.
If you draft LeBron James Jr.
yes.
and you're gonna get his dad, because his dad is gonna be a man of his word.
Yeah.
And you here's the other thing, gentlemen, that you're gonna get jersey sales.
Oh yeah.
Oh, big time. Yeah, mad merchandise, dude. I'll get one.
I was just about to say, I might
Me,
buy a
let's just
jersey.
go down. Let's just all three of us just go down
I'm
and
not
buy
gonna
it.
lie, I would. I would be a fan of all. So it
Same.
is a win-win.
Yeah.
I think. And then if Bronny is not as good, so what? There's enough journeymen, enough guys in the NBA that are only making 5 points and like 2 rebounds a game. So what? We good with that.
I just could not imagine. Could you imagine? This is me becoming a hater for a second. Could you imagine LeBron James Jr., LeBron James Sr., right? And then like, Dad is still better. I just couldn't,
Yes, yes,
Like, I mean, like he
I
played
can.
2 seasons, right?
I
Yeah.
can.
And he's like sent down to the G League, and then finally he just takes the trip to China or whatever. No, China's not a bad league.
No, it's
But
not.
he's just not an NBA anymore. And then LeBron James is still out there playing.
Exactly.
And we're all like,
Right.
dude, we thought you said you quit. after your
Young
son
buck,
played.
fight your way
He's-
back. I'm still here.
I said no such thing. He's just still going.
Okay, reverse scenario.
Yeah.
Jabari.
Okay.
Because I want to make eye contact with Courtney when I ask this. Simply Courtney Jr.
Okay.
makes it to the NBA, but then he tells his team, okay, You could draft me, but you got to bring in my dad for a 10-day contract.
Wow.
Hey, that'd be the easiest 10-day contract ever, bro.
It'd be all good. It would be all good because not only would he come in and play, he could also, drop the comedy on him too.
In a post game news conference.
Post game news
I have an
conference.
album every game.
Well, now this isn't as funny. This is good.
It's marketing.
This would be great.
It's all marketing.
Bring my dad with me.
Exactly.
Sir, it is all marketing. There's never been a time where they got somebody and they were like, yeah, we hope not a lot of people watch this. No, they're doing this for watching. Honestly, they would be dumb to not give me the 10-day.
No doubt.
Give me the 10-day, stash me on the bench. Let me come out and give me hey, you're going to inbound the ball.
Even
Your job is to stand in the corner and just look.
even the most hardcore NBA stan,
Yeah.
I bet they can't tell me who the number 12 dude is at the end of their bench.
No.
I mean, I know one for the Spurs just because on our sports show, I interviewed Coach Will Voigt, who is the coach here at Austin Spurs.
Okay.
And he just had a European dude who just blew up the spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what do you do with a guy like that? And he was like, oh, yeah, we're glad he had a good game. Man, the next day, the San Antonio Spurs pulled that brother up, and he's on that team now.
Yeah.
And he don't get no shine. But in that game, he had 38 points, hit 6 3-pointers, had 15 rebounds. He did that in the G League, and then they took him. And
That's
now
how it
he's
goes.
in
Nice
the
little
league,
bit.
and he only gets in the last minute of the game.
Right. Exactly.
So that could be you.
I would do that.
And nobody complains
No.
with that dude and his production.
They'd be tripping if they complained when I got out because they already know what it is.
Can I be
They
your
would
agent?
See me. They would see me and go, "He's one of us." That's all they would do. I don't have to have no speech. Hey guys, that guy isn't. We know. We're aware. But he's not. We can look at him and we can tell he's the Make-A-Wish kid.
So let me do a quick test on y'all then.
Okay.
Do y'all know who Thanasis
I do know
Antetokounmpo
who that
is?
man is.
Jabari?
I think he's supposed to be-
Okay, good. So that's great. So see, Jabari is not a hardcore NBA fan, so he doesn't know who that is. You've heard of Giannis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's his brother.
Really?
And his brother is on his team.
Come on.
And he is the number 12 dude at the end of the bench.
Wow.
And that's what Giannis did is, y'all want me to stay in Milwaukee?
Yep.
Bring my brother in.
Straight up.
That's
And-
not a
and
bad
he's
deal.
on the team.
That is not
and
a bad deal.
there are YouTube collections, there are memes of his brother because the brother is not the good brother, but he on the team. He on the NBA team,
You
and
know how good Giannis is?
Yeah.
Giannis has, first of all, that's his older brother we're talking about. I just want you to understand. That is his older brother that he's doing that for.
Yeah.
Second of all, there are 2 other ones of these dudes.
Yep.
There's 4 of them total.
Yep.
And they're all either in the NBA or
Yeah.
close to the NBA. That's how good he is.
Well,
None of them are
how
as
good
good as
is
he
he?
is, though.
Y'all go back and check the rosters.
Yeah.
When Giannis was up for this contract renegotiation,
straight up.
one of the brothers was brought in by the Lakers because they wanted to have an opportunity
They did.
at maybe swaying Giannis to come out there.
Yeah.
Now Giannis he wants to stay home. He's
loyal to
an
Milwaukee.
African brother from Greece,
Right.
And he's pretty no nonsense. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay in Milwaukee and try to build it here.
Yeah.
And they
Nice.
won a chip, so
They
That
won
ain't
a
bad.
chip,
That
dude.
ain't
And the
bad.
best part about that whole story, not only did they win a chip, they ain't as good as he is. And one of the other ones got a championship too.
Nah.
There's another one. The other one that was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He got a bubble championship.
yeah, he did.
So this dude,
That was a good time.
We talked about this a while back. How much is your wealth supposed to take care of everybody else?
Yes.
That's true. We
And
did
I
talk
feel
about
like
that.
when you do something like that, it's better. I'm not going to give you the money. I'm going to give you the opportunity. Now, what you do with that opportunity is purely upon you, but you
Stay in
can't
the
say
league.
I didn't do something for you.
Very true.
So he got him in the league, and you know what? LeVar Ball, all these people that people get mad at, they're accomplishing the thing that a lot of people are trying to do.
Oh, well then
Very true.
I like
Very
what you're saying there. Okay, so then
Well, let's go to break.
Okay,
and we're
okay.
gonna hold that thought.
Yeah.
Also, I had a couple questions.
Oh.
Okay, does the success? We're gonna go to break and we'll talk about this. But does the success of somebody like LeBron James, Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Yeah.
who also came from a single parent home, and Jason Weaver? I don't know if y'all know. He was the kid that sang in the Lion King.
I met him.
Yeah,
I met him.
Did you really?
Baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart man.
Does that? I believe they all come from single parent homes, very strong moms, very smart moms. Does that smash the myth of of single parent homes and kids from single parent homes not becoming successful.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, hopefully we do. 8.7 FM KAZI. Tyler, Truth or Dare?
That was pleasant.
Yeah, it was. It was cool. It was cool. I like her, man. I really do. I kind of dig her, and I'm digging the I'm a piano and Afrobeat sound.
Yes.
Dude,
That's
say that
so
word
crazy.
again. I've been seeing that a lot. Just the first one.
I'm a piano.
What is that?
That's kind of a I am not gonna front. I do not know exactly what the definition is. If Aquaman Chill was here, he could tell you.
Okay.
'Cause he does a Thursday night show, Thursday 7 to 10 with I'm a piano, Afrobeats, classic Afrobeats, Afrofunk. What I think it is it's kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but but there was a time between, I would say between the 60s and the 70s when there started to be more of there was a lot of percussion in R&B music, a lot more percussion in R&B music, right? And that kind of filtered into jazz and because that's all African. It's all got an African tie. The jazz has an African tie,
right?
And a lot of the Latin music has an African tie as well. So I think what I'm a piano is, and Aquaman, if you out there, call in, man, let us know. I think this has just a tie-in with it's kind of a new way of kind of a vision of African music.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you like with Latin music, you got salsa, merengue, you got cumbia, you got reggaeton, and I think that I'm a piano is just kind of in that space of African music, man. And the name's kind of cool.
I like it because I thought it was a person's name at first.
Yeah.
Like I was coming across it on YouTube and my mixes or whatnot. I'll put mixes on while I work. And so it kept popping up and I was like, what is this one guy that's just prolific? Then I realized I said, okay, maybe it's a descriptor. So when I heard you say it, I knew exactly what you were talking about because of the whole shapes and stuff. But I still couldn't figure out if it was a genre or if it's like a edit, or a remix or something like that. I didn't know what I was hearing.
Right.
But
I figured
that's what's up.
It almost sounds like a 007 character,
It
right?
does.
I'm going to get I'm a piano on.
How is it? Because like when you and the piano become one.
Yeah, exactly.
Therefore, I'm a piano.
I'm a
like,
piano.
I don't know. That's
Exactly.
cool though.
Exactly.
Well, I like that you say I don't know, and then still gave a definition. That is the dopest thing ever.
That's what. Well,
You've
first
been
of all,
there.
I thank you for that.
Yeah.
I had to wing it because that's the only thing I could describe it as, because when it's played, when we bring it to you on Thursday, it's played with the Afrobeats and a lot of Afrofunk, and I'm a piano, and I think it's kind of just one of those choices of music, one of those subcultures of the music.
Bro,
I love it.
Probably the best way I could describe it.
You are enlightening us,
He is though, isn't he?
Brother
Like,
Warfield.
I'm trying.
His-
man.
Seriously,
Oh, he-
I had the Wikipedia.
Talk to me.
So they said I'm a piano. Again, I thought he was making that word up. It's a real word, brother. You are talented, Jabari.
I'm trying,
It's a Nguni word, loosely translated to the pianos, is a subgenre of Kwaito and house music that emerged in South Africa in the mid 2010s. It is a hybrid of deep house, jazz, and lounge music characterized by synths and wide percussive bass lines.
Sounds like you nailed it. I think you
Brother
absolutely
Warfield,
nailed it.
you are legit.
Thank
Y'all,
you, sir.
y'all gotta give
Thank you.
props.
Yeah,
very much.
this,
Thank you very much.
This,
Thank you.
this is what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
This is why I call him Michael Jordan.
He did that. He did that, man.
That was
Thank y'all,
amazing.
man. Thank
Wow.
y'all. Thank y'all. It's music is my thing. I have two things that I would say are my addictions: vinyl records and vinyl records, music, and coffee.
Okay.
That's actually three. coffee and music.
No, Brother Woodford, we had this conversation a little while ago, and I thought we were going to get you off of your addiction.
Of coffee? No,
Yeah.
man. No, you have to beat me down for that. You're gonna lock me up.
Nah,
You
oh
gonna lock me
no,
up.
we needed you to admit. So sorry, you are where you need to be. You are admitting that you are addicted to it.
Coffee and vinyl records.
Okay, then we all right there.
Yeah, exactly.
The first step is knowing you have a problem.
First step is saying, you know what? My name is Jabari, and I got a problem.
All right, sit back down, Jabari.
I feel like yours, instead of saying like you're like say your name, it's like Jabari. Yeah, that's my order. Please, thank you.
Exactly. Exactly.
The camera zooms out.
Jabari, we have a mocha
Close
hyper.
enough, that's mine too.
Jabari,
Yeah,
is
oh,
that
man,
a Jabari here?
Jabari.
Yeah, man.
Jabberwocky?
They'd have messed my name up.
What's the worst way that they've messed your name up before?
I would probably say, I would probably say Jabari.
Oh my
Jabari.
gosh.
That's
You're
probably
just
one
not
of the
even
worst ones.
trying at this point. It's
Right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Barry.
Jabari.
I wonder if
Jabari.
I would have messed it up. It's just that I knew a guy that played at Duke that made it to the NBA.
Right.
So that's how I knew of it. And I'm wondering if I didn't know it, if I would mess it up. Like if a person just had to look at it and pronounce it in normal English, would you say Jabari, and is it okay?
Right.
Are we sensitive to it? Is it okay to mess it up because you're normalizing, you're trying your best?
I can't expect to mess up.
You do?
Okay, all right, okay.
Well, at least you're knowledgeable of that.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
I'm shocked whenever you mess Courtney up. I'm just like, are you even trying?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Man,
You don't get to be
whatever.
sensitive.
No.
There's an
No,
NEY, and I'm almost okay with someone if they just go NY.
It makes sense. It's not a wrong way to
Right?
spell
Like
it. You could really shorten it. So my name could be CORTNY.
Oh wait, no, I ain't never seen that one
No,
spelled.
No.
but I'm saying
You've
but
seen it?
could. No.
Okay,
I haven't
good.
Yeah.
No, because we have English as a language. I feel like if you try to name your kid that, the doctors would take the kid from
Yeah,
you. They'd
like,
be
nah, man, don't do this.
Not
Don't
something
do this.
good going
Don't
on
do
in
it.
this
Don't do it.
household.
Put
You
the
see how
U
they
in
tried to
there.
Spell Courtney.
Yeah.
Did you see them just omit all of the vowels except Y? But then they were okay with the Y though. I didn't get it.
Courtney. That it better be pronounced that way. Courtney.
Courtney.
Like we need to know that you're trying to do something different if you take them
If
vowels
I was
out.
trying to make a gamer tag and they gave me a limit on characters, absolutely would be
All
Courtney.
right. Yeah.
I'm serious. Be Courtney
Exactly. Hey,
0088.
we're gonna take a phone call real
Okay.
quick, guys. I know we was. Okay,
I'm
sorry about that. Go
sorry.
ahead. No, it's
I
okay.
scared
No,
off
that's
my
cool.
game.
So
It's
simply
all-
Courtney, what about the first name though? Do you see anybody that wants to come up with their mouth and be like, "Hey, did you spell that right?" Or
Absolutely.
are you sure that's right?
Man, people have told me they don't like my name. I'm just like, dude,
What?
what? Yes, people are rude. But listen, it's funny to me now. But in the moment of, I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Like, who raised you?
Yeah.
What's up with the hate, though, man?
The hate is weird. You know why the
Okay.
hate exists though? Because sometimes I'm gonna call it what it is. When you're a fly young brother, people see you and they try to push you down a little bit. And so I think that sometimes people taking a jab at the name is their way of trying to reclaim. Like they might feel like, oh man, he's blinding me because he's shining on me.
Yeah.
And I'm not even shining on you. I'm just shining. You just happen to be in view. You know?
Well,
Yeah. Come on now. And
That brother dropped it just now.
yeah.
it mess with you because you see people, they see you doing good and they be like, ooh, let me throw a little shade at you. That's what they call a shade.
Yep.
Right.
Why you
Exactly.
stopping me from shining?
Exactly.
And really that shade, you only stopping yourself from shining.
He said, "Why you stopping me?"
See
Simply
what
with the
I'm
Y.
saying?
Why you
Hey,
stopping me?
listen, 847, though. We spent today.
We killing it.
That's why you got that simply in there.
Before we went to break,
Okay.
Yeah,
you
please.
said you wanted to go down a path, and
Okay.
we could easily get distracted.
we can't. Yeah, because we done gone down some paths.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will tell you because from my experience, I raised a boy as a single parent. Okay, from age 1 to age 18 when he moved out. Okay, LeBron James. We were just talking about LeBron coming from single parent home. Malcolm Jamal Warner from Cosby Show, and also recently on a show called The Resident, an absolutely excellent show where he plays a doctor called the Raptor, the Velociraptor, and he walking through there like he owned the building.
Serious.
He was in that show. Jason Weaver, who's sung the songs in The Lion King, whose mom negotiated him. I believe he's from a single parent home. Mom negotiated him the sweetest deal that you could get for 5 songs, and basically set him and the family up for life. Can we say that those situations are enigmatic? My son has done great. He is actually in college and working as well in Atlanta. Can we say that those are enigmatic situations, or what can we say about that? The success, because most people say, well, there's no father in the home, or in my son's case, there was no mom in the home, and kids, unfortunately, we do what we do as teenagers. I've done it, messed up, did a whole lot of stuff. Is that, do we tend to say, okay, he's from or she's from a single parent home? Does that cause a problem, or is that why somebody has issues?
What I can tell you when you ask me about that, a single parent, I just got to say this: 44. And if the listeners aren't picking up on that, Barack Obama, single mama, boom.
Okay. Okay.
I get when you say that, it makes me want to get competitive to think of who do I think of as the most successful person that came from a single parent household, and that's my mic drop to say that it can't be done. Now, what you did, and this young man being in Atlanta, having a job, went to college, like that's the win.
Yeah.
Right.
But Barack became the president of the United States, single mama. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But not everybody gets that win though.
Oh, yeah,
because it's
agreed.
hard. It is.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
I had so many towels that I was throwing in. The basket was full. You know what I mean? But yeah, Courtney, do you have anything on that?
My whole thing is for me is my mom, single parent.
Oh,
Village though.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
was thinking
It's your
that too.
environment, village. And like what my kids do, because we live in different parts. Like, oh, we got somebody. We live in different parts. And so mine are over in San Marcos. I'm in Austin, which isn't terribly far away.
Yeah.
But it's a village that is helping with take them to games, practices,
Yeah.
events. Sometimes we pitch in on our end. And so it's a matter of your environment, whatever's going on.
I'm gonna need the phone number to that village
All right.
that
Holler.
raised you. Because
Yeah.
I got some complaints. But that's who to blame. All of them, right?
Exactly.
All of them.
All right. Good morning, caller. How you doing? You're on the air.
Yeah, I had a comment about your conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and you know, I raised two children that are now adults, and as a single mother, and it was hard. You know, I had to really end my life to share their life, to be involved in their life, making sure that they go to school. If not, you know, I didn't handle it the right way, but they did go to college. Now they have 5, you know, I got 5 grandchildren. Yes, their dad is in their lives, but as a grandma, to have that village right there, even I have boys now,
Yeah.
boy grandchildren, and that's amazing. But another thing that helps the boys, if they don't have, you know, fathers in their home, if they're lucky enough to go to college, they're going to be dealing with men, especially in sports.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, when they go in those sports, you know, those coaches are rough on them.
They are
And
rough on
that
them.
build their character as well. You don't have mama or grandma to baby you. You got to figure it out on your own. And then when they came back from college, I'm like, well, look at this man peeking out of here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if I can just jump in, I've worked at 5 institutions of higher learning. Don't overlook us professors. Those of us, we take an interest in our students as well. I know the coaches always get it, but there have been many of young men I've taught to tie a tie, how to buy a collar shirt, and they don't understand. They're asking me, what does 15.5 by 34 mean? So shout out to those mentors as well.
Yeah, great job. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you for calling in. Have a good day.
She dropped it.
Yes, she did. She dropped that gem.
I love it when we get
dropped the gem.
these kind of calls.
Sure.
So the village, though, gentlemen, I'm proud of the village because it is very easy to just turn your head and look away and be like, "Hey, Courtney,
Yep.
that's on you.
Yep.
That was you and that girl. Y'all made that baby."
Yep.
But for me to say, "Hey man, let me make sure I can get in. Let me watch the kid Friday night so you can go, you know, do whatever you want to do. You want to go do a little stand up. You want to do a comedy show. Let me watch the kid for you." Like, have we thought about that? Our village people and what they give up to assist. So I want to give a shout out to those people.
It's slowly
I
coming
love you
together.
people.
It's a beautiful thing because at some point you realize you got it, and at some point you don't realize you have it until it's never a too late situation. You just realize when you realize. But it's dope to look over and realize that you have people that are like looking out for you.
Yeah.
And not only are they looking out for you, you're not even having to ask for it. They see it. When somebody sees something on you, they're like, "Hey man," and they speak on something. And you didn't ask for that,
Yeah.
that's a blessing, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes we call it being intrusive and stuff, but every now and then, if it fits, man,
Yes, sir.
thank you, you know?
It's a good thing. All right, I think we got another caller. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning. I was listening to you guys, and I think that's a very interesting topic. But I want to kind of pose it a different way.
Okay.
so to speak. So, I mean, I was born from a single parent. I was raised in a single parent household. I'm the oldest of four. I am in business. I've owned my own business for a little over 20 years. One of my sisters retired from AISD and then moved to Pflugerville and started teaching up there and is now at ACC. I have another brother that retired from the city of Austin. You know,
Still there? Hello? Did we lose him?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Switch to my Bluetooth.
Okay, all right,
there
we got you,
All
we
right,
got
cool.
you.
Thought you lost you for a second. See?
I don't know if you heard me say, but what is success? What is success of a child from a single parent home? You know, success is once you've gotten to a place and you feel good about where you are in life, then you've been successful in your own way.
Amen.
So
That's a good point.
when we talk about coming from a single parent home rather, how do you view success? Success can be a lot of different things for a lot of different people.
Yep.
Very true. Very
So
true.
I think that the definition of success is when you've achieved your goals and whatever goals in life you have made, and you need the short term, near term, you need those long term. And I think that is it. Like just being able to do a great job at work today, that's a success. And then long term, to be able to save up my money so I could buy a better car than Jabari, that's that long term success.
You'll
But
never do it. You'll
that's
never
what-
do it.
I'm working on it though. See, it's a goal. And when I get there, y'all will know about that success because I'm going to come in here peacocking.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, sir. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate that. That's a great point.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Peace. No, he's right though. He's
Yeah.
right. He's right. And
Yeah.
we're gonna. I think we're gonna go to break in just a second. But
Okay.
I was talking about Jason Weaver.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: a lot of people don't know this story. Of course, Jason Weaver in the original Lion King. I think they were going to pay him. I think Disney was going to pay him like $2 million to sing 5 songs. Okay, and he was like, "Yes."
Man.
Now, remind you, he's a small kid, right? So his mom, you know, after he said to his mom after all the hoopla, I was thinking about it, say, wait a minute. So that's all he gets is that $2 million and that's it, right? Now for a lot of us, you know, $2 million is nice, okay? But if you think about the fact that the Lion King is going to live on forever, his songs, those songs that he sings, is going to live on forever. There's going to be a reissue of that. Not only is it going to be sold here in the United States, it's going to be sold in every single country in the world. And then there's going to be a 25th anniversary of it. And that's going to go on. And then the songs are going to be put on Spotify and iTunes and all of that. His music, his songs, his voice is going to keep on going. But that $2 million is where it stopped. So what they did is she went back and said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 100 G's. Right off top. And then we're going to get those points that you were talking about, Courtney and I, we were talking about those points.
Yeah.
Right? And that basically came out to be a better deal because he is not only is he eating off of it, he's eating off of it bigger than he would have if he'd have took that $2 million.
Oh, man.
And that's smart. That's his mom looking out for his future.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Man,
That's
I feel
so
bad, man. Because
yo,
if you would have offered me $2
I
million,
took $2 million.
You'd-
I'll slap the vowels off of Courtney for $2 million.
I'll be like holding my head out. I'll be
to
holding my
Simply
face out. My face would be up here on a platter. Let's go, cuz.
I would
That's
I
at
would
least
say
worth 100.
I would
That's
say to
worth
your face that the Bobcats ain't nothing. See, I done took it too far. I done took it too far.
Listen, the 100 that would come from that would be worth it.
yeah, well,
I'll take that 100,000 for that, man. They'd be like, why you got with you? Because I got 100,000.
Which is still a win.
Yeah.
So her short-term goal,
Yeah.
what we said, short-term, near-term, long-term. Short-term goal, let me get this 100.
right.
Yep.
Near term, he can still work. You put
Yep.
that on your resume, it'll get you other gigs. And then long term, man, mama was great. She had
Bossed up.
that short term, that intermediary, and she had that long term plan, them goals
Exactly.
locked.
Exactly. We're going to take one more call before we go to break. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Jabari. Good morning, Douglas. And good morning. I apologize. I can't remember everybody's name. But good morning. How y'all doing?
We good. How are you? It's Simply Courtney.
I thought that was what she was calling me. I apologize. I can't remember everybody's name. Mister, I apologize. I can't remember everybody else's
the
name.
name that shall not be named.
We've been naming it, and we've been putting the vowels and stuff. Hold on now.
I'm just coming around. I'm having fun with
We
it.
should have it.
You
It's too
good.
many- It's too many names to remember, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Jabari,
All
you said
right.
what's the name?
Simply Courtney.
Okay.
It's
Simply
all
Courtney.
good.
All right.
Simply Corey.
Courtney.
I don't know if I got it.
Courtney.
Courtney. Simply Courtney. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't want anything this morning, but when you all go play your music, I want to hear the Temptation. I can't get next to you. Okay.
All right.
That's what I want to hear this morning. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
That was the soundtrack of Jabari's high school. But
See,
we can play it.
do you understand the hate that I have to deal with up in here, my sister?
It's rocking my beat, okay, and I'm enjoying it. All right.
we
Amen
gonna
to
do
that.
it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you for calling in.
You're listening.
Okay, y'all be blessed.
Thanks a lot. You do.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You're listening to KAZI Austin. This is 88.7 FM. Good. 8.7 FM KAZI. Mr. Green, the Reverend Al, doing his version of I Can't Get Next to You. 9/11. Good morning, y'all. This is the Morning Grind. Your boy Jabari Warfield's in the building along with Dap Dub and Simply Courtney from simplyhaha.com.
Ha, 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 ha.
Staying alive.
Stand alive.
There we go. You got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and get down to business. First of all, we have a very special guest here. She is from an organization called the International Association of Women in Radio and Television. Yes. We're gonna give her
All the way from New York City.
New York City. I was just in New York earlier this year for the APAP conference, American.
Called on me.
No, my bad.
Jabari.
Sorry. Okay, let me just crawl back into my hole.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Sheila Katzman, who is the president of the International Association of Women in Radio and Television. Thank you very much for being USA.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's other divisions.
Yes, we're a chapter of 17. I am
17.
17 chapters.
Really cool.
Wow.
If you could just park up just a little bit closer to the
yeah.
mic, because I want everybody to hear what you got to say.
Yes.
There we go.
This is good.
All right. Yes, ma'am. That is
Yeah.
perfect. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing as wonderful as ever being with Jim Ellinger, his
Yes.
lovely wife Karen.
Yes. We got to shout out to Jim Ellinger. Jim has been part of Austin Radio for a long time, and he was also part of KAZI in the Genesis. So it's good. Day one. Exactly. Based back when I had hair and his was a little darker. Not so much now, but we're still here, and it's a beautiful thing. And I like that shirt, man. I'm gonna snatch that shirt off of you.
Yeah. He comes in with a green KZI shirt.
Green KZI shirt.
Tell us you're a friend of the family by telling us you're a friend of the family.
Exactly, without telling us you're a friend
it's a
of the family,
beautiful
exactly.
shirt.
Yeah, it is. Well, good morning to you. How you guys doing? Are you doing good?
Good, as wonderful as ever, I shall say.
Very good.
I'm so curious, ma'am. Did you how were you elected the president of this chapter? You guys are in 54 countries. Did you have to campaign, and how does that come about?
You did your homework. I came to the organization because many years ago they had asked. I'm a former UN professional.
Oh.
And they had requested me to come and be keynote speaker on Peace Radio at one of their international conferences. They do 2 conferences, a regional and a biennial conference each year. So I went to that biennial conference in Ghana to talk. And then since that, they have been hounding me to become a member. And since at the start of IAWRT, there were women, Assistant Secretary General Lila Doss, etc., Michelle Montaz, spokesperson, who were all part of the, beginning and so on of IAWRT. Wow. And so they asked me to be their rep at the UN when they realized I was going to leave the UN. I took early retirement from the UN. Mm-hmm. And so I did, because IAWRT has what is called special consultative status at the UN, because they're almost there at the beginning of the United Nations. I think
ma'am.
from San Francisco.
Oh.
Right. So
I'm gonna say, guys, did we start the UN? Was that 1947? Am I got
Yeah.
that there?
I think you might have that
Did I
right.
nail that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, the
feel
UN. That's
good about
deep.
that.
That's
yeah.
deep.
So for those who don't know, IAWRT is committed to the enhancement of women's role and participation in media, as gender equality cannot be achieved without gender parity in media and communication.
Exactly, and equity. Don't forget that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. And what we do is I like to say, I kind of don't like the word empower. It's just thrown out too much nowadays. But we try to train. We offered scholarships and stuff like that
Oh.
to women journalists, and we train them. And we like to also go to hot zones right around the world. Like
Yeah.
we were in Tunisia, for instance, a couple of weeks after the uprising in Tunisia. We were in Turkey when they descended upon Taksim Square in Turkey.
Yeah.
We go to these places where things are happening, to make sure that female journalists are seen and protected and that they have a voice, because we come under fire
Yes.
quicker than you would.
Oh,
Right? Because we're women, and in many countries around the world, especially, we live in a patriarchal society, we still are. The boys are made to feel that women are taking away, girls are taking away their jobs.
Oh.
And this is why you have high unemployment among youth and so on. And our people get murdered and incarcerated and these sorts of things.
That's a shame. And then the thing about it is, I believe women can actually do it better.
I think
I think a
so.
little bit more complete. I think there's a little bit more complete. We were actually on the show talking about, what that's about, because for the most part, I think that there's a completion and a complete list of what a woman wants to accomplish, especially if you're overseas and you're talking about certain issues that don't get talked about in other, like here in the U.S. There's a lot of stuff that happens overseas that we don't know about, and I think that there's a completion that a woman brings to the story, to a story, to let everybody know what's going on from number 1 to number 10, the whole list. Right?
Exactly. You're so right. And you saying that having a mother or a grandmother and that sort of thing, right, she brings the family, the entire family. She created you. And so you train a woman, you give a woman, the wherewithal to do the things she wants to do in the world, and we save the world. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. No disagreement here. I came to the station. I'll be coming up on a year here in less than a week.
Yeah.
And there was a lady. Shout out to Stacy Shea, who brought me on and spent a considerable amount of time with me, honing my craft. And I think I'm killing it now. I'm carrying these two, but no. But I really like that. When I came here, we had her. She was so ingrained. We have Miss Marla. And I also have a good friend that's really trying to break in herself, and I see her struggles. She has told me how there are a lot of situations where she doesn't feel comfortable, she doesn't feel seen, she doesn't feel supported, and I hate that, because what can I say as a guy? Because all I can say is, I'm doing good. No, it's hard to be in that conversation, because you want to jump into her skin, and I want to jump in her skin, and I want to get in somebody's face and say, well, come on, because this is a bright young lady. She has just so many great ideas, but she needs the opportunities.
You see, I like what you're saying, and you say what you feel like. You need to get with your brothers and you need to say, this is what is happening. We need you to advocate.
Yeah.
We are not, even though we're a women's organization, we don't leave men behind. right? It is important that we carry our sons or fathers or brothers.
Yeah.
So we need the men to advocate, because it's like racism. Racism is not a black problem. Racism is a white problem, right? But it impacts us. It's like a disease, that falls on us and it cripples us. So we need those people who present themselves as white to look at this and see what you are doing to me and how you benefit from me. You see, I want to tell you something else about IAWT. We set up radio stations around the world, right? In places that, are where you have media desert. And we do that because we think community radio stations are important, like what you have here.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really important for economic, social, legal, everything. All the gains and all the economic development and advancement that our girls need. I'm going to say our girls now, women and girls need.
Yes.
And so it is really important for us to do that. The Filipino government has just not just shut down, they arrested our young person who turns 24 this year.
Yes.
4-year lingering in jail with trumped up charges, right? And her name is Frenchie Mae Cumpia. I'm shouting her out. Yeah. And then we have Lady Ann Salem, also of the Philippines. We lost our youngest journalist, killed by the Taliban in Afghanistan, right? And I could go around the world and tell you that. And because my friend over here, what's your name again? Sorry.
Oh, Jabari.
Jabari, you said there are things happening around the world that you don't know about what's going on around the world. This is what I'm talking about. You never heard about what I'm talking about before. And so there's somehow a news blackout when it comes to major media, mainstream media. And we know why that is. And so I would ask for all community radio stations, people to seek knowledge outside, because people of color around the world are really getting, I would call, the pangs of hell in terms of as truth tellers, you see? And so this is some of what we do, training in and if you want some of the training, because we need it here in the United States too. We do safety training for journalists, and men do come to the safety training. We have books and so on. The books didn't come in time for me to bring and give to you guys, but Jim will get you some, because I'm going to send them to Jim.
Great. Yeah. Give it to him. I'll give him a hard time if they don't.
Yeah,
if they don't
on safety training. I don't have them here with me. They're in New York. We forget to bring them here. And these are the sort of things. What else do you want to know? We shape the policy at the UN for journalists around the world.
Yes.
We try. We contribute to the policies around the world. We're invited to meetings. The special rapporteur for women and female journalists in particular, and these are great. Deliberations that happen, that comes up with a policy that is sent to the Secretary General of the United Nations, and then from that they put what they want into the policies that control media. We don't know that our media here even is the standards and policies are set by the United Nations, but we don't know that, right? In the United States, we don't know that, but right. You are the United Nations, and your ambassador to the United Nations is representing you, and whatever they do at the United Nations is in your name.
Yes.
So you guys need to know these things, and your listeners out there who are listening need to know how much they are part of this United Nations. It's not just some people there. Right? It is critical and important.
It sounds like a daunting task. You guys have your acting president. Is it still Lady Mamangun out of the Philippines?
It's the president in the Philippines is another Marcos. It's Marcos's son.
Okay.
Right?
Oh,
I remember Marcos was really brutal. So we just left. They just left Duterte.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what. And Jim Ellinger here, whom you guys are praising and talking about, is somebody who knows the Philippines as well, and know some of our members in the Philippines, and know the speed of what's going on there.
To be in so many countries, that's where I was getting at. It's got to be a daunting task. It feels like you would be so spread so thin. There's so many different environments, so many projects, so many items to focus on. You know, this country does it this way, this country does it that way.
So culturally, okay, so we have 17 chapters.
Yes.
We have, let me see if I can, would you like me to name them?
Oh, certainly.
Sure, go ahead.
So we're here in the United States right now.
Yes.
We have the Philippines, where our secretariat is placed right now. We have Kenya, we have Cameroon, we have South Africa, we have Nepal, we have come on, huh?
A bunch of them.
A bunch of them everywhere. We have Nigeria, we have India.
Oh, yeah.
We have India and the Philippines, the two largest. You know, these countries are massive.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Cambodia.
Oh, okay.
And we have members on every continent.
Wow.
And so when we do a conference, the theme is developed with everyone. And cultural sensitivity is really critical and important. So already we know that when we get into that country, we know what we're going to do. And we've been together for quite a long time with sisterly love and that sort of thing. And so it's we do the stuff, and you're bringing other things from outside into that country, so they know what other journalists are facing out there. And so on. We need more U.S. members now, more female journalists. So I want all the journalists at this radio station to look at AWRT.
Yeah. So do you have somebody like, let's say, Christian Amanpour? Do you have somebody like that?
No, but we have some really outstanding and famous journalists like Maria, what's her name? I think she just got the Nobel Peace Prize in the Philippines, called Maria Reza. I'm not sure the situation in the Philippines there. We have people from Afghanistan, Najiba Ayubi, who is famous. Is the first woman and only woman to meet with the Taliban in Doha 2 years ago, where they made promises to her that the advancement of women would continue. This is something that they would do. She was in the press everywhere, but you don't know that, right? and she's a refugee now in the United States. A number of them are here, and
wow, Maria Ressa.
Yeah,
she won the Nobel Peace Prize, the journalist, she co-founded Rappler, the top digital-only news site that's leading the fight for press freedom in the Philippines.
She's Rappler. We have Abir Sahadi, who was also shot by ISIS in Syria. Mm-hmm. She's Egyptian. I remember one time I was interviewing her during the uprising in Egypt, and could hear the gunshots outside.
Oh my goodness!
Her gun was going off outside. So we do go through quite a bit to stay in this profession. Mm-hmm. I don't know why truth is such an enemy of the so-called powers that be. Why is truth an enemy? You know, it really shouldn't be the enemy. It should be something that moves society, and legislatures should really love it when you tell the truth. And if it's something that is a bit bothersome, they should say, okay, come and explain it to the people, and say, oh, it's not the way that that journalist tells it, this is what is happening, and so they can answer questions. And I heard that your station is doing a bit of that, which is just wonderful. It's your PR person, Mr. Ellinger over here, said that.
Well,
He's on the payroll.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Checks in the mail, sir.
Right. Well, the station was founded by my dad, Dr. John Warfield, and my mom, Jeanette Warfield. And my dad was definitely a warrior in getting the truth told and putting that out there and saying, okay, well, if it isn't like this, then tell me what it's supposed to be like. His fight was very, very deep. Even as part of the University of Texas, I used to hear all kinds of stories with him clashing with President Cunningham and clashing with this person and that person. But that's the person he was. He wanted truth out there, and that's what we do. I try to bring a little bit of that as well as everything else that we talk about here. And so what you're talking about is very important. And I'm looking at your website, talking about there's a safety handbook for women journalists. It's a shame that it has to be like that, but it is. It's actually in 4 different languages: Urdu, Turkish, English, and Arabic,
yes.
As well. Gender mainstreaming. You've got the whole history of your organization, as well as amplifying. It says amplifying the people's voices, community radio station, and I'm going to assume this is a link or list that people can look on at your website. I'll give that real quick. IAWRT.org.
Yeah,
that's the website.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely need to see that. But yeah, why is truth an enemy? Why is it an enemy? And it continues to be.
It's interesting, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Very interesting.
No question.
I see my husband Howard over here pointing to cell phone cinema. In 2022, I launched I launched my climate change story, cell phone cinema, because climate change means a lot to me. Originally, I'm from Jamaica. I'm an island girl. And so I launched it at the United Nations, and this was online, we had 315 people that we trained in how to use their cell phone to tell their own story of what's happening, even those mitigation circumstances and so on. And so people can learn from each other. And then we did a bit, over 6 to 8 weeks online.
Yes.
And then we went to Sierra Leone, where it's like I lived there for 6.5 years because I was in the peacekeeping operation there.
Okay.
And we trained journalists. We brought journalists and women from rural communities together to train together, because the world has changed. Yes. And as we're here talking and people are listening to us, we need to meet those people outside. We need to talk to them. We need to bring them to the studios. They have so much stories. And so we did that. And then we did that in Tanzania, in Zanzibar. So 22, 23, what year is this? 24.
24, yes.
Yeah.
And then last October we were in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Oh.
So we mix radio with what else people may need, and just documenting those stories so people can see what's happening, using the audio on radio and the video for something else, right? So we do that sort of training. We're training refugees from different countries: Yemen, Eritrea, Afghanistan, and so on, Somalia. And day 2 of the training, there was a suicide in the Afghan community.
Yes.
Not from the trainees that were with us, but someone close to that trainee,
okay.
To the group that was there. And that was really, really sad, but there were no radio programs about it.
Mm-hmm.
There was, because Indonesia it's not a refugee sanctuary.
Yes.
It's a transition point. So even though they're there for 7-10 years, they're waiting to be accepted by another country.
Oh.
And they're looked after by IOM, is the International Migration Organization, and by maybe UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and so on. And so that's part of the work we do. Because we're radio and television, but
Yes.
the electronic media.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're all about. And who knows? Jim participated in our program, UN program, global program, which was held in Utah a couple of years ago. I don't remember what year that was, Jim. I don't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have my husband here with me, who, is maybe, I don't know if he's retired documentary filmmaker.
Oh.
Who, we work together. He helps me a lot too, and that sort of thing. So
I was gonna make the joke of how does Mr. Katzman keep up? You were telling us all the countries that you've been in, and I think he doesn't unpack. He takes it out, he takes it to the laundry, and then he packs the suitcase back again, 'cause she's not gonna stay here for long. But
he's an activist, so it's
Okay.
it's good that this is happening.
Yeah. So it sounds like you guys are the beacon of light. You're that guiding light for a lot of young interests. I think this is what they can aspire to. You were saying that there are scholarships. And I saw on your website support for production of one major documentary biannually. So by going to iawrt.org, they can start to find out how to participate, how to
Yes.
apply, how
Definitely.
to network. This is great.
Especially journalism students.
Yes.
Who are interested in the electronic media, whether it's web, whether it's AI. We're doing a lot around AI now too as well. And so, yes, connect with us. If you're in the United States, you can come to us at iawrt.org. But either way, if you go to the regular site, it comes directly to us as well. And it's a great organization to be with. And we want to expand it in the Americas.
For those who joined late, we're with Sheila Dallas Katzman, president of the U.S. chapter of the International Association of Women in Radio and Television.
USA chapter.
USA chapter.
Yes.
And IAWRT we keep referring to. We're using that acronym, but very, very, very. It's capturing because it just tells us you guys are in 14 countries. You said there's 17 chapters, 54
countries.
17 countries.
54 countries,
17 chapters. Just incredible. And those are the opportunities. And more importantly, for some of the young journalists, for some of those youngsters that are trying, that's an instant network. Like you could reach out to someone. I know this is easy, but you could reach out to someone in Jakarta, because you were just saying.
Oh, yes,
you
you
could
can.
reach out in Jakarta and just ask for opportunities. And there's an opportunity this summer for me maybe to come out and just be a fly on the wall, an internship, if you will.
Yes, the network is great. It's
Oh,
really
I can imagine.
fantastic. You meet people from all around the world. You make friends. You exchange food, recipes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I know you would really like that.
Yes, I do.
There's energy in food, so you have to keep that energy up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
And
well, no, I was just going to ask, when it comes down to being a member, is this something that does the membership expire? Are there
annual membership.
So it's an annual membership,
Yes, yeah.
and I would imagine a lot of these are digital. They are virtual events.
There
Of
are
virtual.
loads of virtual events, and you can see some of it online.
Okay.
All our documentaries are award-winning documentaries, and I have to say this: our documentary "Climate, Women, Change." This documentary is in the Oxford Encyclopedia for Climate Change.
Wow.
Right, and we won numerous human rights awards, all sorts of awards. Every year we have a full-length, documentary, and it's really great. And we put out a call out there, and for radio as well. We have radio stuff that is happening where people can, come forward, because we want to keep radio alive. we want to keep radio alive. Radio is important for communities. And I'm going to say communities of change, because post-COVID, whether we want to or not, we do have a post-COVID new normal.
Yes.
Life is not going to be the same again.
No.
And we need radio, and we ask the young people to come in and make radio, especially community radio, theirs, alongside the podcast, because the same podcast can go to radio. You do it for radio. You've got to learn how to edit your podcast and bring it to radio, and it can work, because grandpa who are maybe blind or whatever it is, will still listen to the radio. They won't be able to watch the phone, podcast, whatever it is up. They can listen to it, of course.
Yes.
But radio is a medium that is so intimate. It is really intimate, and we have to keep radio alive. And it's critical. For
those listeners that are out there, whether it is you yourself, if we have some college students, or you are a family member of some young journalist, I want you to think about what Sheila Dallas Katzman is saying here. You're walking into mentorship. You guys have a mentorship program, but this is an opportunity for these young journalists to be enriched, their personal growth, your professional growth. I believe all that is there for them for the taking. I see nothing but the positives of where this can take you now that you sat down with us today, and we're all learning.
Yeah, and you'll find the mentorship program on our website as well. There's a big one just ended in, actually two, in Nepal, in India, and Kenya.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. And I just want to just also iterate the website for the USA chapter, I believe. It's iawrtusa.org. One more time, iawrtusa.org. That is the USA chapter. Lots of information on there as well. And there's also, if you want to be a part of it, there's you can apply for membership. If you're already there and you're listening and your dues are late, then you can make your due payments on that, all that good stuff. And this is really important. And again, the reason this station exists is exactly why you're here, because the information has to be out, and we are in a new normal. And we've got AI, and I was actually just watching some video. A guy from Singapore was just addressing how in the next few years AI is going to change so many things, and we may not be ready for all those changes.
Yeah, we have to be ready for it. You see, I did led for IAWRT last year at the United Nations, with the United Nations, the women in media, taking this whole thing off. I had my moderator was from CBS Radio, and the whole thing of it, women in AI. Tell your female students to check out Women in AI, because there are lots of women in AI, but they're the last to get hired, right? And nobody talks about them. Right, and it was this whole thing was developed by a black woman a long time ago. Right, this is facts, and this came out at the United Nations. And we need to. There are things we need to know, but we don't know that we need to know them. So we should seek knowledge. And when you talk about the youth coming in from the colleges, we have 7 representatives at the UN. 2 are youth. Right, they have to be no older than 32. Right, and so right now we need to replace our young member who was our youth representative. She got a job at the Wall Street Journal, and she's so busy. And I was her mentor, and she thanked me profusely.
Nice,
and
very nice.
She was at Baruch College in New York.
Oh yeah.
And so we need another youth representative. Doesn't matter what part of the country you are.
Oh.
Right? So, when the Commission on the Status of Women happen in March each year, or the Department of of Public Information, which is now Department of Global Communications, where you participated, Jim, they're now having the conference in Kenya this year, next month in May. So there are travel opportunities also where you meet other young journalists, you tour radio stations and television stations and get a little of the history, especially when you travel to Africa and Asia and places like that.
Right.
Next year, our biennial conference is going to be in Nepal.
Oh.
And the next year, already people are competing to holding these conferences. It's going to be in Norway.
Oh wow,
Right?
nice.
And Norway was where our major funding were coming from for 20 odd years. We don't have that funding anymore. So we're, like everybody else, struggling to get those new fundings started.
Right. Well, folks are able to actually make donations to
Yes.
to this organization, so that's a good thing. Miss Katzman, thank you so much for being here. Sheila, I will call you Sheila. All right. Sheila Katzman, President, USA President of International Association of Women in Radio and Television. We would love to talk some more with you. We got to make room for the professor of the old school, so he's going to take that. Very important organization. One more time, it's IAWRTUSA.org. Go to that website, find out more information. Sheila Katzman, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
All right. Well,
Thank you all. And I have 3 men interviewing me. Check that out. How cool is that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? And thank you, Jim Ellinger. And a man brought me here. Too.
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Something going on with man in it. I'm
Right, right.
The queen of the day.
Yeah,
Wow.
no.
I
Yes,
feel
queen.
All the
special.
queen's men.
there you
We're
go.
propping you up. This is your day.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
This is your
And
moment.
keep doing that with our young people, mentor the young men about how they walk beside the girls, and it's important.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
important.
That it is. That it is.
Creating safe and productive spaces
All
for
gender.
For,
They, she, he,
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
whomever.
Exactly. Thank you so much for being here. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure.
This is the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM KAZI. The professor's up next. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.